guys, we're gonna do some ViperJet track testing. So ViperJet is a car that's run on 12 volts. It's brass weighted. It still has motor magnets, so it still does have magnetism. It has about 1 G of downforce, but it's a really fun car, available at viperscaleracing.com. I think they're right around the $50 range, but we're gonna go ahead and test these ones. Make sure everything is good on them before we pack them up and get them out to ship. So they are a 12 volt car. You obviously could run them on 18 volts, but it's a little bit too much for them because they don't have, I mean, you could run them on 18 volts. It just makes it a lot harder to drive, and they are a lot faster if you run them on 18 volts. And so the whole point of this car is having something that brings the entire tempo down so that you're not running something that's requiring you to have lightning fast reflexes. And you know, not the super fast stuff isn't for everybody, but these are a really good car. If you want to put an AFX body on one, that adds a little bit more weight, which does increase the downforce. It's kind of funny because guys are always like, I want, you know, take the magnets out and this and that. And then they run a car like that, and then they're constantly trying to upgrade the car to stick better and run faster. And it's kind of counteractive, but it is a hobby, and we all have different parts of our hobby. And if your part is to take a car like this and make it faster, you absolutely can do that. We won't keep you from doing that. But these cars running around 4.5 second lap times compared to the 18 volt V-Spec, which runs sub 3. So these are about 1.5 seconds slower. And we're just making sure that everything is smooth, quiet. These still do have the 5.8 ohm arms in them, so they still have quite a bit of power even on 12 volts. But every time you hear that clicking, that's when I'm hitting full throttle or I'm letting off the throttle. And reminder, if you ever crash, always run at least 1 lap after the crash to make sure that everything is happy. So I'm gonna come over to the camera real quick and see if anybody's on here. All right, Wesley's on here getting a set of weights. Yeah, I mean, if they can't handle the power, I mean, you gotta remember a V-Spec is like a Super G Plus on steroids. So if guys like running stock Tyco, stock Super G Plus, and that's where the V-Spec kind of rules. But if they like going slower, I mean, the thing with these is you can't just hold the throttle in one spot because the car will crash. So there's not really a big, like a wide enough window in the car like you would have a V-Spec, where you would feel like, you know, like I'll run a V-Spec real quick. If I want to just hold this throttle at half throttle and feel like I'm driving, which nothing against them, but that's what, you know, if you're getting new people into the hobby, like that's what they're wanting to do. Like they want to feel like they can drive fast. They want to feel like they can do it. They don't want to be crashing in every corner and have someone tell them, oh, you got to drive the car. I mean, that's true. You do have to drive the car, but every car, to put that car on the edge, no matter what it is, you have to drive it. You have to hustle it. So like this car, you know, to get it back to the 4.5s, I'm gonna have to wheel it a little bit harder. You know, we're at 4/8 and we'll push lap right here. Okay, so a hard push lap, the difference between cruising and pushing, 4.5 to a 4.27. So this car, I can hear a little bit that it sounds like the tires do not sound very happy. Like I've said before, we're still working on getting everybody up to speed. That's such a simple task that you would think everybody could do, including me and my viewers here, you guys that are watching this, you got to pay attention to that. And you can hear how much quieter it is now. It makes a massive difference, guys. Just because they're called slip-ons doesn't mean you can just slap that thing on there and be off to the races. You still want to make sure that thing is running smooth. That's a really good, nice, smooth car right there. I'm just gonna seat all of these so that we don't have to worry about that again. But hopefully you guys are having a great Monday. It's 1 o'clock here, about lunchtime, but I threw some food on the smoker outside and figured I'd try to test some V-Specs or Viper jets real quick and go live with you guys while I do that, to kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So you guys, depending on time-wise, you guys might have to go out there with me and check on what's for lunch. So, okay, so 4.4 first lap, solid. And we do have, you know, a standard that these cars need to run. That was 4.49. If we have a car that's a pig, we definitely won't send it. But on the flip side of that, if we have a unicorn car, and I know in some of the videos you've heard John talk about, wow, that's a unicorn car. Those same cars, they go right into the bin with all the rest of them. So we won't send you a dud, but we may send you a unicorn, okay? I think that's a pretty fair trade, and that's a fair standard. No matter what we do as far as the manufacturing goes on these, there is still certain things that, like, mostly in the in-bell, the break-in, the tweaking, all of that stuff, they're still assembled by hand, and there is still a little bit of variables, and that's usually where a faster car would have the in-bell might just be a little bit more broken in to the point where the car is better off the bat. But obviously we could hand tweak every in-bell and pre-seat the brushes, but it would add quite a bit of cost to every single car, and we just don't feel like that's justifiable. We would rather just know that the standard is very, very good, which for these it is. That was 442. So just another quick look at the car that we're doing here. So this car can, if you wanted to upgrade this car too, you absolutely could. You could put traction mags in it, change the pickup springs, and probably the rear tires, and then run it on 18 volts, no problem. So, but let's see here. I'm gonna put this car down. If you guys wanna go with me, since we're live, you guys might as well go with me. We're gonna go see what's for lunch. Yeah, so was gifted some stuff from Steaks of Omaha, and I got my smoker down here. So we got a smash burger on, and then I got a little filet mignon to give a try. So actually I ain't using the tongs to flip that sucker, but we don't always eat like this around here, but just today, that's what we're cooking. You guys are cooks. I know Wesley does beef jerky. If you guys haven't had Wesley's beef jerky, quick little shameless plug for bomb-ass beef jerky. Just check it out, Wesley Young. It's tasty stuff. You'll get hooked on it for sure. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna shut this one down. I got all of those cars, that train right there, ran, and I'm gonna get it up to the guys up front and get them packaged, and they will be in stock shortly. So hopefully you guys have a great day. If you do comment on this and it's not live, we'll do our best to come back in and reply to you. So hopefully you guys have a good day. We'll see ya. Whoa.